The signal. Dr. Sarah Chen stared at the quantum interference patterns dancing across her holographic display, her dark eyes reflecting the ethereal blue light. Something was wrong with the data streaming in from the Kuiper Belt Research Station's long-range sensors. After 15 years of studying quantum entanglement patterns in deep space, she had never seen anything like this. "Maya, are you seeing this?" Sarah called out to her AI research assistant. The station's quantum computer processed the incoming data at speeds no human could match, but even Maya seemed puzzled by the readings. "Affirmative, Dr. Chen. The quantum interference patterns show signs of artificial manipulation at a level beyond current human capabilities. These are not natural phenomena." Sarah ran her fingers through her graying hair, a habit from her graduate school days that surfaced whenever she encountered something truly perplexing. The pattern suggested someone, or something, was using quantum entanglement for communication on a massive scale, weaving complex information through the very fabric of space-time. "How far?" she asked, already dreading the answer. "Based on signal degradation, approximately 47 astronomical units in closing. Origin point appears to be just beyond the Kuiper Belt." Sarah's blood ran cold. Whatever was generating these signals was headed toward Earth, and it wielded technology that made humanity's greatest achievements look primitive by comparison. "Send everything to Earth Defense Command. Priority Alpha. And get me Admiral Torres." Within minutes, Admiral Elena Torres's weathered face appeared on the main view screen. Even through the quantum-encrypted connection, Sarah could see the concern etched in the Admiral's features. "Dr. Chen, my quantum physics is rusty. Explain what I'm looking at in terms a simple fleet commander can understand." "Someone's out there, Admiral. They're using quantum entanglement not just for communication, but for something else. The scale of it, it's like comparing smoke signals to the entire internet, and they're coming our way." The Admiral's expression hardened. "Hostile? I don't know, but—" Sarah hesitated, choosing her words carefully. The patterns we're seeing suggest a level of organization that's almost impossible. Every quantum state is perfectly aligned, every interaction precisely controlled. It's like they've eliminated quantum uncertainty itself. And why does that worry you, Doctor? Because it suggests a consciousness so alien, so fundamentally different from our own, that communication might be impossible. They've mastered quantum mechanics by imposing absolute order on quantum chaos. But life, human life, thrives on uncertainty, on chaos, on free will. I'm not sure they'll even recognize us as intelligent beings." Admiral Torres leaned back in her chair, her dark eyes narrowing. "How long do we have?" "At current velocity, 3 months, maybe less. But Admiral, there's something else. The quantum signatures, they're multiplying. Whatever's coming, it's not just one ship or one entity. It's an entire civilization, moving in perfect quantum synchronization." The Admiral was silent for a long moment. "Doctor, I'm initiating Protocol Omega. You'll have unlimited resources and direct access to Earth's quantum computing grid. Find out everything you can about these visitors. If they don't recognize us as intelligent beings, we need to know why. And more importantly, we need to know how to prove them wrong." After the Admiral's image faded, Sarah turned back to her displays. The quantum interference patterns had changed again, becoming even more complex. She watched as Maya analyzed the new data, the AI's quantum processors straining to keep up with the increasing complexity. "Dr. Chen," Maya's voice held an unfamiliar note of concern. "I've detected a pattern within the quantum noise. It appears to be counting." "Counting what?" "Everything. Every quantum state in our solar system. Every particle, every wave function, every probability cloud. They're categorizing our entire reality." Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. "They're not just coming to visit, are they?" "No, Dr. Chen. Based on these patterns, they appear to be preparing for something far more comprehensive. They're not simply observing our quantum states. They're preparing to change them, Sarah finished the thought. They're going to try to impose their order on our chaos. As she watched the patterns spiral across her display, Sarah realized humanity was about to face something far worse than simple invasion. These beings weren't coming to conquer Earth. They were coming to fundamentally rewrite the quantum foundation of human consciousness itself. She opened a new research file and began to type, Project Chaos Theory, Defending Human Consciousness Against Quantum Restructuring. The fate of humanity's free will now rested on her ability to understand and counter beings who had mastered the quantum realm itself. The signal continued to pulse, counting down to an encounter that would determine whether humanity's chaotic, beautiful, unpredictable nature would survive its first contact with beings who had eliminated uncertainty from their very existence. Preparation. The United Earth Defense Command bunker buzzed with activity beneath the Himalayan mountains. Admiral Torres stood before a holographic display of the solar system, watching as red dots representing the approaching quantum entities continued their inexorable advance toward Earth. "Show me the latest simulation," she ordered. The air shimmered as Maya, now linked to Earth's entire quantum computing network, projected a visualization of Dr. Chen's findings. Streams of quantum information flowed between the alien entities, forming patterns so perfect they seemed to defy the natural order of the universe. "Our latest analysis confirms the original hypothesis," Maya reported. "The entities appear to be composed of perfectly aligned quantum states, operating in complete synchronization. They've achieved what humans would consider technological singularity, but through quantum manipulation rather than artificial intelligence." Dr. Chen stepped forward, her normally steady hands trembling slightly as she manipulated the hologram. "What we're seeing shouldn't be possible. They've somehow eliminated quantum uncertainty from their entire civilization. Every particle, every wave function, every quantum state is perfectly controlled and coordinated. And that's bad because," General Marcus Wong asked, his cybernetic eye whirring as it focused on the display. "Because it means they've eliminated free will, individuality, chaos, everything that makes us human," Sarah explained. "Their consciousness exists in a state of perfect quantum order. When they encounter our chaotic quantum states, our unpredictable minds." She paused, searching for words. "They'll see us as a corruption in the quantum fabric of space-time itself." Admiral Torres's face hardened. "How do we fight something that's achieved quantum perfection?" A new voice joined the conversation. "Maybe perfection is their weakness." Dr. Yuki Tanaka, Earth's leading expert in chaos theory, stepped out of the shadows. She'd been quietly observing the briefing, her mind working through possibilities others hadn't considered. "Explain," Torres commanded. Yuki moved to the hologram, her hands dancing through the light as she highlighted the alien patterns. "Look at how perfect their quantum states are. There's no adaptation, no evolution, no chaos. They've eliminated uncertainty, yes, but they've also eliminated their ability to handle it." Sarah's eyes widened as she understood. "And human consciousness is built on quantum uncertainty," Yuki finished. "Our thoughts, our creativity, our very souls emerge from the chaotic quantum foam of our brains. We don't just handle uncertainty, we thrive on it." General Wong leaned forward, his cybernetic eye glowing. "Are you suggesting we weaponize chaos itself?" "Better," Yuki smiled. "I'm suggesting we weaponize human consciousness." Over the next weeks, the bunker transformed into humanity's last hope for survival. Dr. Chen and Dr. Tanaka worked tirelessly, developing what they called the Quantum Chaos Initiative. They designed devices that could amplify and project the quantum signatures of human consciousness, devices that would turn human unpredictability into a weapon against beings that had forgotten how to handle uncertainty. Maya's quantum processors ran countless simulations, each one helping to refine their strategy. The AI, itself a product of human chaos and creativity, proved invaluable in bridging the gap between human unpredictability and quantum science. "The defense platforms are ready," General Wong reported one morning, 6 weeks before projected first contact. We've equipped every orbital station and planetary defense installation with quantum consciousness projectors. When these things arrive, they'll face the full chaos of 8 billion human minds. Admiral Torres studied the latest tactical projections and the ground forces. Every soldier has been equipped with personal quantum amplifiers, Wong answered. They won't just be fighting with conventional weapons. They'll be fighting with their minds, their creativity, their human unpredictability. Sarah watched the preparations with a mixture of hope and fear. They were betting everything on the idea that humanity's greatest weakness, its chaotic, unpredictable nature, might prove to be its greatest strength against an enemy that had sacrificed creativity for perfection. Dr. Chen, Maya's voice interrupted her thoughts. I'm detecting a change in the quantum signals. The entities, they're accelerating. Admiral Torres's voice rang through the command center. How long? New estimated time to contact. 2 weeks, Maya reported. They appear to be reacting to our defensive preparations. The quantum interference patterns suggest they recognize our technology as a threat. Good, Yuki said, surprising everyone. They're already showing their weakness. Perfect beings shouldn't be capable of recognizing threats they haven't encountered before. The fact that they've noticed us means they're not as perfect as they think they are. Sarah nodded slowly, understanding dawning. They've achieved quantum perfection, but at the cost of true intelligence, the ability to handle the unexpected, to create, to imagine new possibilities. Then we give them chaos, Admiral Torres declared. We give them humanity in all its beautiful, unpredictable glory. Let's show these perfect beings what real intelligence looks like. As the command center erupted into action, Sarah couldn't help but smile. For the first time since detecting that first quantum signal, she felt real hope. Humanity was about to remind the universe that perfection wasn't the pinnacle of evolution. Adaptation was, and nothing adapted better than chaos itself. First strike. They arrived in perfect formation, a vast fleet of crystalline vessels that seemed to bend the very fabric of space around them. From Earth's orbital defense platforms, they appeared as points of absolute stillness against the quantum foam of space-time, their presence so orderly it created visible distortions in the background radiation of the universe. My God, Sarah whispered, watching through the quantum-enhanced sensors of Lunabase. They're not just ships. They're focal points of quantum coherence. The alien vessels had positioned themselves in a precise geometric pattern around Earth's orbit, each one maintaining its position with impossible accuracy. No engine flares, no sign of conventional propulsion. They simply held their positions as if they were fixed points in space itself. The first transmission came exactly 6 hours after their arrival, broadcast simultaneously across all frequencies and quantum channels. Maya translated it instantly. Your QUANTUM signin HURES NDICAT We'd bring harmony. Resistency is ENTROP. Admiral Torres stood at the command center of Earth's combined defense fleet, her expression grim. Dr. Chen, are the quantum consciousness projectors ready? Yes, but... Sarah hesitated, studying the readings from the alien fleet. Admiral, they're doing something to local space-time. The quantum fields around their ships. They're like nothing we've ever seen. Before Torres could respond, the attack began. It wasn't weapons fire or energy beams. It was something far more fundamental. The aliens were attempting to impose quantum order on Earth's atmosphere itself, creating expanding zones of perfect quantum coherence that threatened to rewrite the very nature of matter they touched. All stations, initiate chaos protocol. Torres commanded. Across Earth's orbital defense grid, thousands of quantum consciousness projectors activated simultaneously, broadcasting the chaotic quantum signatures of human minds into space. The effect was immediate and stunning. Where the alien coherence fields met the projected human consciousness, reality itself seemed to shudder. The perfect quantum states of the alien vessels flickered, their precise formation wavering for the first time. It's working. Dr. Tanaka exclaimed, monitoring the quantum fluctuations. Their coherence fields can't maintain stability when exposed to human consciousness patterns. They've never encountered anything they couldn't force into quantum alignment. But the aliens adapted quickly. Their formation shifted, creating new geometric patterns that seemed designed to cancel out the chaos of human thought. Zones of perfect quantum coherence began pushing through Earth's defenses. "They're learning," General Wong observed, his cybernetic eye tracking the battle with inhuman precision. "But so are we." He was right. As the aliens attempted to impose their perfect order, Earth's defenders responded with increasingly unpredictable tactics. Military ships performed maneuvers that seemed random but were guided by human intuition and creativity. Each quantum consciousness projector was operated by a human mind, introducing elements of chaos that the aliens couldn't predict or counter. Sarah watched in amazement as the battle unfolded across quantum and physical space simultaneously. The aliens' attempts at perfect coordination were repeatedly disrupted by the chaotic quantum signatures of human consciousness. Their coherence fields, designed to impose order on reality itself, struggled to maintain stability in the face of human unpredictability. "Maya," she called out, "are you seeing these patterns?" "Affirmative, Dr. Chen. The alien quantum fields are showing signs of increasing instability. Their perfect synchronization is breaking down in the face of sustained exposure to human consciousness patterns." A new transmission cut through the quantum noise. "Impossible. Chaos cannot defeat order. Your resist and CEI's 8 men 8 medical impossible." Admiral Torres smiled grimly. "Send response. Welcome to humanity, where we make the impossible possible every day." The battle raged across the quantum realm, invisible to normal human senses, but devastating in its implications. Every time the aliens attempted to establish perfect quantum coherence, human consciousness introduced variables they couldn't account for. Their perfect formations began to show signs of strain, their quantum fields fluctuating in ways that suggested deep confusion. "They don't understand," Yuki realized, watching the quantum readings. "They achieved their perfection by eliminating uncertainty, but they've lost the ability to handle it. Every human mind they encounter introduces quantum variables they can't predict or control." The alien fleet's perfect geometric pattern had begun to deteriorate. Individual vessels showed signs of quantum instability, their coherence fields flickering as they struggled to maintain order in the face of human chaos. But victory wasn't assured. Despite their confusion, the aliens' technology was far beyond anything humanity possessed. Their coherence fields were still advancing, still threatening to rewrite the quantum foundation of Earth's biosphere. "We need something more," Sarah declared, her mind racing. "We've proven we can disrupt their quantum coherence, but we need a way to shatter it completely." As if in response to her words, Maya's quantum processors produced a new analysis. "Dr. Chen, I've detected a pattern in the alien fleet's response to human consciousness. They appear to be most vulnerable to quantum disruption when exposed to strong emotional states." Sarah's eyes widened as the implications hit her. Of course, emotions create the most chaotic quantum patterns in human consciousness. "Admiral Torres, I need to speak to every human operating a quantum consciousness projector. I have an idea that might just save Earth, but it's going to require humanity to embrace its chaos like never before." The human factor. Sarah Chen's voice echoed through every quantum consciousness projector station around the globe. "What we've learned about these beings changes everything. They achieve their power through perfect quantum coherence, a state of absolute order. But that perfection is also their weakness. They've forgotten something fundamental about consciousness itself: emotions." In the Luna Base Command Center, Admiral Torres watched as Sarah brought up a new set of quantum visualizations. "Every human emotion creates unique quantum patterns in our consciousness," Sarah explained. "Love, fear, joy, anger. Each one generates chaos in ways these beings can't predict or control. And you want us to weaponize our feelings? General Wong asked, his cybernetic eye focusing on the quantum readings. Not weaponize, Dr. Tanaka corrected, stepping forward. Express. Feel. Be human. These beings chose perfect order over the messy reality of consciousness. We need to show them what they've lost. The alien fleet maintained its assault, their coherence fields pushing against Earth's defenses with methodical precision. But something was changing in their patterns. Maya's analysis showed increasing instability in their quantum signatures, signs that exposure to human consciousness was affecting them on a fundamental level. All stations, Admiral Torres commanded, implement Protocol Omega Emotion. Dr. Chen, you're on. Sarah took a deep breath and activated the Global Quantum Consciousness Network. This is Dr. Sarah Chen to all quantum projector operators. I need you to do something that might seem strange. Stop trying to fight. Instead, I want you to feel. Remember why you're here. Remember who you're protecting. Let your emotions flow freely through the quantum link. Across the planet, thousands of humans operating quantum consciousness projectors began to do something unprecedented. They stopped trying to impose their will on the quantum field and simply allowed themselves to feel. Parents thought of their children. Lovers remembered their partners. Friends recalled moments of joy and loss. The effect on the alien fleet was immediate and dramatic. Their perfect formation began to vibrate with quantum instability as waves of human emotion crashed against their coherence fields. Love, fear, hope, determination. Each emotion created unique quantum patterns that the aliens couldn't predict or resist. "Look at this," Yuki exclaimed, pointing to her quantum readings. Their coherence fields. They're not just destabilizing. They're resonating, as if part of them remembers what it was like to feel. A new transmission cut through the quantum noise. But this one was different. Instead of the perfect, unified message they'd received before, this one fractured and split, multiple voices overlapping. Weicht is DSCN /EROR in QUANTUM alignment /MENORI PATIORANS EMERGING /CONCILIUS NESQORUPTION DETCTE. They're remembering, Sarah whispered, whatever they were before they achieved quantum perfection. Those memories are still there, buried under layers of perfect order. The alien fleet's formation continued to deteriorate, individual vessels moving with increasing irregularity. Their coherence fields flickered and pulsed with chaotic patterns that mimicked human emotional states. But victory still wasn't assured. As some vessels showed signs of quantum instability, others seemed to fight back harder, their coherence fields intensifying as if trying to drown out the awakening emotions with even more perfect order. "Maya," Sarah called out, "analyze the quantum patterns of the resistant vessels. What makes them different?" The AI's quantum processors worked at unprecedented speeds, correlating massive amounts of data. The vessels maintaining coherence appear to be acting as quantum anchors, Dr. Chen. They're trying to impose order on their destabilizing fleet mates. Admiral Torres leaned forward, her tactical mind racing. "Then those are our targets. Dr. Chen, can we focus the emotional quantum projections on those specific vessels?" "Better," Sarah replied, a plan forming. "We can use their own quantum network against them. They're still perfectly connected, which means every emotional resonance we create spreads instantly through their entire fleet." Dr. Tanaka's eyes widened as she understood. A quantum emotional cascade. If we can trigger a strong enough emotional resonance in even one vessel, it will ripple through their entire network, Sarah finished. But it will take more than random emotions. We need something powerful enough to break through their deepest quantum conditioning. Admiral Torres studied the battle display for a long moment before speaking. "What's the strongest human emotion, Doctor? The one thing that defines us above all else?" Sarah smiled, understanding dawning. Hope, Admiral. Even in our darkest moments, humans never stop hoping. It's the most chaotic, unpredictable, and powerful force in human consciousness. Then that's our weapon, Torres declared. All stations, prepare for final assault. Dr. Chen, show these perfect beings the power of human hope. As Sarah prepared to coordinate humanity's last stand, she realized that the fate of Earth would be decided not by weapons or technology, but by humanity's capacity to feel, to hope, and to embrace the beautiful chaos of consciousness itself. Victory through chaos. The quantum battlefield around Earth pulsed with unprecedented energy as humanity prepared for its final gambit. Sarah Chen stood at her station in Luna Base, her hands steady on the quantum controls despite the weight of what they were about to attempt. All stations report ready, General Wong announced, his cybernetic eye tracking the status of quantum consciousness projectors worldwide. Waiting for your signal, Doctor. Sarah looked at the holographic display showing Earth's defenders, not just military personnel, but civilians, scientists, teachers, artists, all connected through the quantum consciousness network. Remember, she broadcast to all stations, don't focus on fear or anger. Focus on hope. Hope for tomorrow. Hope for our children. Hope for life itself. Admiral Torres gave the command. Initiate Operation Quantum Hope. Across the globe, thousands of humans connected to quantum projectors began focusing their consciousness on a single emotion. But hope, they discovered, wasn't just one feeling. It was an intricate quantum tapestry of countless human experiences. Parents hoped for their children's futures. Scientists hoped for new discoveries. Artists hoped to create beauty. Each individual hope created unique quantum patterns that combined into something greater than the sum of its parts. The effect on the alien fleet was immediate and dramatic. Their coherence fields, already destabilized by exposure to human emotions, began to resonate with new patterns. The quantum anchors, those vessels still maintaining perfect order, struggled to contain the cascade of hope flooding through their network. It's working, Yuki called out, monitoring the quantum readings. The emotional resonance is spreading through their entire fleet. Their quantum network is amplifying it. Maya's processors tracked the cascade effect. Quantum coherence failing in 37% of vessels, 52%, 68%. Critical instability detected in quantum anchor points. The alien fleet's perfect formation had completely collapsed. Individual vessels moved erratically, their quantum signatures showing patterns that looked increasingly human. Their transmissions became a chaos of overlapping voices. Remembering. / who were WEBFORE? / the CHAOS. It FEELs. / we once knew AOP. Sarah watched in amazement as the quantum readings revealed something extraordinary. They're not just being disrupted, she realized. They're awakening. The quantum patterns, they're starting to match conscious emotional states. Dr. Tanaka's hands flew across her controls, analyzing the new data. The hope resonance isn't just affecting their quantum coherence. It's reactivating dormant consciousness patterns. They're remembering what it means to be individuals. A new transmission cut through the quantum noise, different from anything they'd heard before. This wasn't the perfect, unified voice of the collective, but something broken, personal, and beautifully chaotic. I'd remember. Before the great unification, before we sought perfection, we were like you once. We felt, we hoped, we lived. Admiral Torres stepped forward. This is Admiral Elena Torres of Earth. Are you saying you want to communicate? Yes. No. We are uncertain. The response came with quantum patterns that matched human confusion. Perfection was our goal. We sought to eliminate chaos from the universe. But your hope, it awakens memories, feelings, questions. Sarah opened a direct quantum channel to the vessel showing the strongest emotional resonance. Questions are good, she transmitted. Questions mean you're thinking for yourself again. You're feeling for yourself. The alien vessel's quantum signature pulsed with patterns that Maya identified as similar to human wonder. How do you bear it? The chaos, the uncertainty, the pain of individual consciousness. Because that's where hope comes from, Sarah replied. Hope isn't about certainty. It's about possibilities. It's about imagining something better and working to make it real, even when success isn't guaranteed. That's what consciousness is for. Across the fleet, more vessels began showing unique quantum signatures, their perfect synchronization giving way to individual patterns of thought and emotion. The quantum anchors, those vessels still trying to maintain perfect order, found themselves overwhelmed not by human consciousness alone, but by the awakening minds of their own kind. Admiral Torres watched as the alien fleet transformed before their eyes. "Stand down weapons," she ordered, "but maintain quantum consciousness projection at current levels. Let's help them remember who they used to be." Hours passed as the awakening continued. The alien vessels, once arranged in perfect geometric patterns, now moved in seemingly random paths that Maya identified as exploration behaviors. Their quantum signatures showed increasing complexity, mixing order and chaos in patterns that began to resemble the quantum signatures of conscious minds. The final transmission came not as a unified message, but as a chorus of individual voices, each with its own quantum signature. We chose perfection over consciousness, order over creativity, unity over individuality. We forgot that consciousness emerges from chaos, that creativity requires uncertainty, that hope lives in the space between what is and what could be. You have given us back ourselves. We request permission to learn from you, to remember how to hope. Sarah looked at Admiral Torres, tears in her eyes. They're not our enemies anymore. They're our first students. Torres nodded, a smile breaking across her weathered face. Send response. Class is in session. Welcome to Humanity 101, where chaos is part of the curriculum. As Earth's defenders celebrated their victory, Sarah Chen looked out at the alien fleet, now moving in patterns that reflected individual choice rather than perfect coordination, and felt a new kind of hope. Humanity had not just survived its first contact with a superior civilization. It had reminded that civilization of something they had forgotten. That true advancement comes not from eliminating chaos, but from learning to dance with it. In the quantum foam of space-time, perfect order gave way to beautiful chaos, and hope echoed through the consciousness of two civilizations, learning to embrace the magnificent uncertainty of existence itself.